From startup to industry giant, one of Africa's most successful online shopping platforms could soon be listed in New York. Just pie in the sky or a step towards market domination? Also on the show, forget about Italian shoes. If you want something really special for your feet, look to Zimbabwe. Welcome to DW Business Africa. I'm Monica Jones. Good to have you with us. Now, we're starting in Nigeria, where the co-CEO of online retailer Jumia says Africa's potential for e-commerce is bigger than in any other region of the world. Speaking in an African business magazine, Jeremy Hodara suggested the continent's lack of traditional brick-and-mortar retail structures meant that e-commerce companies could corner the market there. Jumia, often referred to as the Amazon of Africa, has expanded rapidly, but it's still racking up losses. The Lagos-based company is also reportedly set for an IPO on the New York Stock Exchange in the coming weeks, as key investor Rocket Internet of Berlin is seeking to cash in on shares worth up to $250 million. Rocket, however, is not commenting. So let's get some comments instead from our studio guest, and that is Moses Aka, the founder and CEO of Afrolynk, and that's an African entrepreneurial conference based here in Berlin. First of all, it's great to have you here with us.
Thank you very much.
What do you make of that statement that Africa is on the verge of an e-commerce boom?
I think that that is actually an interesting statement, and it's actually a good one, because definitely, if you look at the structures in Africa, there has been a lot of lack of infrastructure, but the access to internet has now made it possible for businesses like Jumia to be able to really scale faster. I mean, like you said, that they are still kind of making losses, but I would say that there is a lot of integrated services that are coming around with this whole e-commerce system. And basically, it's actually making it possible for many people that actually now have access to the mobile phone, access to the internet, to be able to buy things that normally they would not be able to have access to.
Because you don't have the infrastructure, you don't have hands-on physical retails, at least not in the way we would have in other parts of the world. So this online shopping is really, is that the only reason why it has such potential?
I mean, so you look at it like now, of course, there's a rising growth when it comes to shopping malls also being established. And it was because the culture, traditionally, people had what we call seeing is believing. So you had to have a feel of it. Now, exactly. Now with the access to internet, there is what we call trust and reliability. So business like Jumia now proven that we can actually add not just the e-commerce, but the logistics, the whole customer support. Now there is the trust that has been built, and people are actually more happy to have things that can be delivered to them at their convenience. And again, you know, most of the African countries, what you hear first is traffic. So why should I stay in traffic for many hours just to get something that I want, or even test it, and if I don't want to take it back? So with businesses like Jumia, I think this is actually the biggest opportunity for them. And that is why they're actually cashing in now.
And they're successful. I mean, I read somewhere that in 2016, so almost 3 years ago now, Jumia became the continent's first startup to be valued at over $1 billion. We also heard, of course, that they're still making a loss, but they are successful. What does it take to be a successful startup in Africa?
So one thing is this. For Jumia, like I said, it's an integrated services. First is the online platform where you can buy things. But, of course, maybe we'll not see immediate profits, but they're actually building the services around it, the logistics around it, the warehousing. These are the things that, of course, would take profit away into other infrastructures that I have to set it up. But the thing is that they have capitalized on the access to internet, and that is actually making it more successful. And, of course, policies are also making it possible. They also understood the market. One thing is, you see, Rocket was one of the key investors that actually made Jumia what Jumia is. They did not just say we are bringing foreign or international knowledge onto the market, but what they did was to integrate it with the local experts to get the right business, to get the right model. And actually, I can see over the past few years, they have been evolving. They see that, okay, maybe this doesn't work in this particular market, but then it works in the other particular market. So then they keep on evolving. And I think that is what is making them successful.
All right, Moses, very, very briefly, because we're running out of time. This IPO, is it a good thing?
Absolutely. It is a good thing. And of course, I hope it happens soon. But the reason is that this IPO is actually going to open access to other investors to come in. It's going to build a stronger awareness. It's going to build a stronger brand. And it's actually going to help other infrastructures that are not currently available for Jumia to be more profitable, to be able to be more profitable and sustainable. And I think the business is relevant to the people in Africa, and that is why I think it's good that they go for the IPO.
Fantastic. Moses Akwa, thank you so much for your time and for joining us in the studio.
Thank you very much.